Oshun the Great, and welcome to my beautiful channel. Here with me today, my beautiful friend Christian. We are driving to San Diego right now, so I can check out volunteering in this hostel there. Hopefully it goes well. Christian is telling me to be positive, so I'm gonna be positive. But today is I kind of wanted to get a video to you guys that I've been trying to for the past few days now, but Christian's kind of making me do it finally. So I have a list here actually. I wrote it in this book of mine, and I'm just gonna get right into it. So 25 things that I learned in 25 years. These are basically things that I feel is very important for a very fulfilling life, and hopefully it can help you guys, and maybe you can relate to some of these things if you are like already gone through the work yourself. So number one is, I noticed that life is way too short to live other people's lives. And what I mean by that is that until now I've decided to finally take my life into my own hands and live freely. Before, I will always live life depending upon like what other people wanted me to do, what they thought was successful, what my parents thought was successful, or what my friends thought I should be doing. But what I noticed is every time I tried to live to please others, I ended up completely miserable. So number one is live life exactly the way you want it. Number two is listen to yourself. So this kind of coincides with one another, but listen to yourself. Like, take time and listen to your inner voice and what you feel is right. Because again, sometimes we're misleaded by what society thinks is best for us, and sometimes it's not. What works for one person doesn't work for everyone. So number three is make your own standards. Believe it or not, I feel like life is what we make it, and it's just as simple as that. We like to. I feel like people have this tendency to hand over their power to outside sources because it's easier. But if we have courage enough to make our life exactly how we want it, the happier we'll be. Number four is travel ASAP, don't wait. Now, it wasn't until now that I'm 25 that I started to travel and start my Wanderlust Chronicles for you guys. But I really wish that I would have done it sooner. A lot of my life was spent being caged up, and again, listening to what my family told me, and a lot of times they were very fear-based beliefs. But it wasn't until I started traveling that I started seeing what the world was about for myself. It is very inspiring, very enlightening. So just get out there and travel, for as long as possible, for whenever you can. Number five is don't wait, do it now. And what I mean is by anything that you want to do in life, not just traveling, but anything that you feel inspired to do. Never wait, because there's never a right time. Like, really, you hear those quotes all the time. It sounds cliche, but literally do it now. There's never a right time but now. Even if you feel like, for example, you want to make a YouTube channel and you don't have the right equipment, all you need is your phone. Start where you are with what you have, and then go from there. And then what you need will come later, and you'll evolve as you go and get what you need as you go. But start now. Number six is love yourself. This is something.
Police reported ahead.
Sorry, you guys. We have like some road. Okay, so wait, where was I? Number six is love yourself. So this is something that I always tell you guys that I feel like should have been taught in school as like the first thing, because this really is this is what your life is going to be centered around, is how much you love yourself. So it determines your experiences you have in life, what jobs you accept, what relationships you accept, and really it just teaches you, like, loving yourself, it kind of makes everything else fall into place. So practice on that as much as you can. Number seven is dress how you feel. So this is kind of like not giving a fuck what people think. And it's the earlier you can do that, the better off you'll be. And this kind of like goes with the saying I always tell you guys, pick your avatar, because I really truly believe that, like, we're here to express ourselves and to be creative and to live life exactly how we want to live it. And a part of that is being in the physical realm and portraying ourselves how we want to be portrayed. like I always say, if you want to go into the world and be a badass, dress like what a badass would dress like to you, or if you want to be emo, whatever way you want to be, express yourself, be open and don't care what people think.
Try it on for size.
Try it on for size. And that leads to the next one, is don't care about people's opinions. A lot of times we tend to take other people's opinions as facts, and that's just by growing up in this society where we're conditioned to care about everything but our own inner feeling and what we think about ourselves. We tend to just care too much what people think, and that makes us very miserable, and it makes us, a lot of times people even become suicidal because they worry too much about other people. But start caring what you think, and like just say fuck it.
Yeah, don't base your self-worth off what other people think, because you'll just end up messing it up for yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Find your own meaning.
Yeah. So yeah, listen to Christian.
Sorry.
Okay, so number 10 is what you think matters the most. So a lot of these go hand in hand with each other. So it's like what you think matters the most is like literally, it goes back to you make life life is what you make it. So yeah, anything else about that, Christian?
Life is what you make it. Seriously, self-explanatory.
Okay, so 11 is speak up. Okay, so for a very long time, I've been the type of person who had a problem speaking up. I've always been that quiet, shy person. And the problem with that, though, is that I would always never get my way or never voice how I felt, which is very unhealthy. And so it's really important to speak up, because you never know the impact you have on others, or how you can uplift others, help others. And you just don't, it's part of self-love too, getting what you deserve or what you want. Learning how to do that, the sooner the better. So number 12 is play. Now a lot of times when we grow up in the society and the older we get, adulthood a lot of times equate to being serious. For some reason we lose our childlike qualities of ourselves, but it's really important to keep intact with that our whole life, and to play sometimes. So really get out there and do hobbies that since you've been in childhood, like what did you enjoy doing? Dance, singing. Always keep intact with those things to be happy. What did you used to do when you were a younger Christian that you like?
I like to play in the mud. I like to play in the dirt. Every once in a while, it's okay to go get dirty.
Go get dirty. So go play in the mud.
Go play in the mud, yeah. Get a dirt bike.
Get a dirt bike. So you don't have to give up on like your childhood dreams, or like what you like to do. Like that's part of being healthy as a human being, and we're so multifaceted. We don't have to be this serious label. Adulthood is kind of like an illusion, to be honest, but whatever.
It's a social facade.
The social facade, yeah. Listen to the psychologist.
Yeah, listen to the psychologist.
He has a degree. Okay, so number 13 is just be. So this kind of goes hand in hand with playing. Like sometimes, again, with being serious, we think that we always have to be doing something or succeeding to be important. But to be honest, just existing is like a lot of times that's good enough. Like existing is good enough. Being and just breathing and taking a breath and just doing nothing is essential for being healthy, having peace of mind, all of that. So it's really important to learn how to just be. Yeah. Like me and Christian just lay in bed sometimes. That's totally okay.
It's the most relaxing thing in the world.
Yeah, so you need it. It's part of balance. Number 14 is trust the process. So a lot of this is what I'm learning in my Wanderlust Chronicles, is trusting the process. Understanding that no matter what, things always tend to work out. Even if it's like hard right now, you can't see it or understand, just trust your process and your personal growth and your journey. Like understand that there's a reason you're going through the things you're going through right now. But yeah. Number 15 is breathe. So sometimes you just need to, like, if it's not meditate, just take a deep breath and release all the anxiety you have. Like again, this goes with just being. But number 17, it's never the end. So I know a lot of times, especially when I was a teenager, I used to think that everything that I had difficulty with or everything that went wrong was like the end of the it's so silly to think that, but when you're young and you're growing up, you really think that like you're not gonna survive like the most basic shit. like oh no, like I don't know, what are some things that like when you're a teenager you like freak out about?
Oh my gosh, the person you really like ignored you today. They didn't notice the way your hair looked.
Or something silly. It's like you think that you're just never gonna get past it, or like you left your phone at home, or their car broke down, or like whatever it could be. But like you live through these things. Like if you ever heard of the saying, "This too shall pass," it literally, like what you worry about today, next year you might laugh about for sure. Number 18 is eat well. Another thing we talk about, like me and Christian have been talking about, like some people, like we're taught to feel kind of like bad about eating, or like we have like a bunch of stigma on like looking like models. I know for some women, I don't know how guys are, Christian, but
it's the same thing.
like we really just need to enjoy life more. I really believe that like we just need to stop giving a fuck so much about what people think, and just do more of what we want and what makes us happy. And that is part of like just enjoying food and eating well. So 19 is be naked often, or just do things that make you feel free. Like being naked makes me feel free all the time. Like any chance I get, I'm naked. And like I paint naked, I freaking, you should read naked, eat naked. I feel like it's literally healthy. Like I don't know, like I feel like they should diagnose people just like, oh, just go freaking be naked more. The psychologist is like, oh.
Unburden yourself from the societal pressures of wearing clothes.
Yeah, like but yeah, just be naked because it's awesome. Okay, so number 20 is like just don't be so serious. Like every time you're going throughout life and you feel like you're just getting so serious, literally ask yourself, why so serious? Like there's no reason to be serious all the time, because like a life like that is very dull and very, I don't know,
it's hard,
yeah. Just try to be more positive and have fun.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
More GPS.
Okay, so the next one is be present. And Christian kind of inspired that one, because he says that often when we're together. And honestly, having this channel, I should know better. But I don't practice it as much as I used to anymore. But being present can like lessen a lot of our problems, and that's something that you will learn throughout the years, is how to be more present, because eventually you'll just understand that a lot of shit does not matter as much as we make it seem like it matters. Number 22 is society and fuck society and their obligations. And a lot of times society will pressure you to be a certain way or act a certain way, whether it's because like your gender, race, sexuality, your age, whatever the case. But just don't listen. Like this more pressure, like we tend to want to live up to these fake standards of being perfect, and that just causes trouble or problems.
Do what feels right to you. Be the perfect person that you can be for you.
Okay, so number 23 is realize that you are society. So what I mean by that is like a lot of times, okay, when I say society, I know it seems like I'm complaining about outside sources a lot of times, but in reality we kind of make our reality. Like the way we think forms how society is reacting towards us. So if we learn how to train our mind to just be more positive, or we can be our own, we can enslave ourselves or set ourselves free, basically. So really learn how to how can I say this?
just learn how to navigate around all
the bullshit.
All the crap.
And the next one is 24 is believe in yourself always. This is very essential for survival, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. This is really something I've learned, and this is kind of goes hand in hand with self-love. Like, okay, there's people out there that will love you, obviously, that will care for you, but still only you know yourself best, and you can show yourself, you know exactly what you need. So believe in yourself, and like it's kind of like everything else will fall into place. Like if you believe in yourself, then other people have no choice but to believe in you too. It's like really like law of attraction. I don't know if that makes sense, Christian. Does it make sense?
Yeah. Don't pretend to be someone else either.
Yeah, that too. Don't pretend to be anyone else, because like why is that?
All you can do is be yourself. If you try to pretend to be somebody else, you're just wrapped up in the idea of what would be better if you were someone else, rather than focusing on the good things about you.
Yeah. And then so that kind of goes into like you're perfect as you are, and what I mean by that is like your uniqueness is exactly what the world needs, because if everyone was the same, the world would just be this dull place, and that no one has time for that. But yeah, so number 25 is go with the flow, everything will work out fine. So yeah, that's pretty like self-explanatory. But be water, my friend. Learn how to like just like Christian was saying, navigate through the bullshit, and like understand that it's not the end of the world half the time. But yeah, that's my list of 25 things I've learned in 25 years featuring Christian. He's 25 too, so
it works out that way.
It works out. But yeah, as always, you guys, be dope, be you unapologetically.